Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing how to do some maintenance procedures on this Kubota hay mower. I'm going to be changing out the gear oil, the cutter bar oil, and then hitting a few of the lubrication points with some grease. So first things, I'm going to be changing out this gearbox oil. The gearbox oil has two ports, one at the bottom and one at the top. The manual calls for 80/90 oil here. It says to raise the mower up first and then let all the oil drain out of the bottom plug and then raise it back down and insert it. So I did previously already break these loose so that I didn't have to do it with it up. I used a 13mm socket on the bottom and then a 3/4 socket on the top. All my sockets are mixed together so I don't distinguish between US and metric. So I'm going to raise this thing up and drain all the oil first. Alright, I have the mower completely raised up, and with the mower raised up in that position, the bottom drain plug is facing directly down. So I'll get that loosened and let all this oil drain out. So it doesn't look too bad. Screw off the top plug, let it vent out. There it goes. Now we got a good flow. I'll let the oil drain out for about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to put new oil, Valvoline 80/90 weight back in. Now the book calls for 0.6 liters. So what I did was transfer out of the 1 gallon jug into another 80/90 weight empty bottle that I had so that I can use it to measure. 0.6 liters equals to 20.3 ounces. So I put it in this other bottle so it'll be easier to measure and transfer. Alright, now time to move on to the cutter bar oil. It's going to use the same 80/90 weight. It drains out from the bottom here. The manual tells you to lift it all the way up and drain it similar how we did on the gearbox. Before I get it up though, I want to make sure that my plug where I'm going to insert the oil is clean. As you can see, it is nowhere to be found, and that's because it's all junked up. It's actually right here, but I'll need to do some cleaning and get that broke free. Alright, I got that cleaned off, and now I'm able to get a hex key down in there and break this loose. Looks like a number 8 fits in there perfectly. That was stuck on there pretty good, so I had to use a breaker bar to get that broke free. Alright, I got the mower up and I'm trying to find the drain plug, but it looks like this is the same as the one on the top. It's packed with mud, so I'll get that cleaned out and then open it up. I got that plug out. It also took a number 8 hex. There's much more oil in the cutter bar than in the gearbox, so I'm going to let it drain out for a little while. I did pull the plug on the top to let it vent out, and seems like it's flowing pretty good, so I'll let it drain out for about 10 minutes or so. This is a Kubota 1024 mower that I'm doing. The manual calls for 3.1 liters. That's equivalent to 105 ounces. So it'll take approximately 4 of these smaller bottles. If you have a 1022, it says that the cutter bar capacity is 2.9 liters, and a 1017 model is 2.4 liters. Now, one thing I want to mention, when you do remove this plug here on the top side, this screw to insert your oil, you want to take out this screw and clean it off. It does have a magnetic chip in it, and you can see all the debris that it's caught previously, so you want to clean that off. I want to point out again how this top screw works. There is a magnetic chip on the end of it, and you can see as I've been cleaning this off how many little shards of metal and pieces that were in the cutter bar, and that's why it's so important to change out your oil. You don't have any filter within the cutter bar, so this little magnetic chip on the end of the screw collects all that metal, and you can see those shards sticking out of the metallic pieces here as this has been drying, the oil's been separating. This almost looks like a metallic color, and that's because it is little pieces of metal that get taken off as the gears interact with each other. So clean this off before you put it back in. Make a big difference. I have the bar back down, and I have the bar about as level as I could try to get it. So now I'm going to put 105 ounces into the cutter bar at that port right there. So after I get that, I'll put the screw back in, and that completes the oil change for this mower. Now I'm going to grease a few points here on this cutter. There's 4 places to focus on. They're all indicated here with this little sign. There's one right here on the rear. There's another one right there. And then there's one on that end of the PTO shaft, and there's one on this end of the PTO shaft. You can rotate your cover to access this hole right here, and then get your grease gun down in there. You may have to turn your shaft.